Hi guys, I'm back again with a few wisdom words and from my teachings. Now, as you can see, I'm back in my car. I love my car, I love everything that I have. Now, one of the things that a lot of other millionaires, everyone is teaching everyone how to make the millions or billions or whatever it is. But I very seldom hear anyone about what is actually really important. That's to keep your millions, that's to preserve them. Now, I'm a prime example of doing the opposite. So now that I have millions again to preserve, it's really important to learn from the mistakes that I've learned before. Don't do the same mistakes again and be humble. And keeping your millions is a lot harder than you think. Now, of course, hopefully there are people all over the world watching this, and some countries have tax systems which will literally just steal your money away. Some people live in countries where people will steal your money away. So there are all sorts of downfalls for, even though you're keeping your money safe in banks or wherever you're putting them, in cryptos, in wherever it might be. Now, the important thing in my life has been that, yes, it's very difficult when everyone knows you're a millionaire. But if you're lucky enough to have lost your millions and you've made new ones, or if you're in the start of your career and you're building up your fortune, it's incredibly important to be a little bit undercover. Keep the cards close to your chest. Yeah, have fun with your friends, young or old, it doesn't matter. But don't be too open about your financial situation. Get good advice, and I think the biggest advice I can say to everyone that's up and coming, do not be scared of taxes. Taxes are your friend, because as soon as you start avoiding it, you start putting money in places where it can be unsafe. And you also make your money unusable. And you have to start doing things which are just, there's no point. Now, to be smart when it comes to taxes, when it be smart to planning, yes, by all means. And pay as little tax as possible, but don't run away from the tax man. It might be strange for me to say that living in Norway, which has more taxes than anywhere else, that the tax man is your friend, but he actually is, because you can actually use all the money you've earned and spent and can be able to spend without having any problems, without having any sort of, you don't have to think about it. As soon as you start hiding your money because you're scared of taxes, then you have to be clever. Being clever is never a good idea. Being smart in business, make a lot of money, yes, that's fine. As soon as this money starts to be hidden, it becomes black money. Don't do it. I think that is the most important thing about keeping your money, is to keep it in as a taxed money, so that you can keep it and you can have it wherever you want. You can use it whenever you want. As soon as you start having money that is black, you will perhaps make questionable investments because you want to turn that money into white money. But it's very difficult to report black money disappearing. I think my biggest lesson is just make sure you do everything you can correctly. It might take longer. It might be more difficult, but the day you decide you want to retire, you might have 10, 20 million euros, dollars, whatever currency, wherever you are in the world, in your bank account, or in a form of properties, or a form of whatever you would like to invest and you feel it's safe. Now, if you do the same and you've been clever, yeah, you can still retire, but you want to move somewhere. But you don't have this money declared. So you start having to do things which are just perhaps not breaking the law as such, but you start having to be clever and being of a person that is sneaky. You can't hold your head up high. If you keep your head up high, you will be accepted in all walks of life by all people, and your peers will enjoy it, and you can use this money for your family, for your friends, whatever, and it becomes real money. Black money becomes play money, monopoly money. That's the money that you do stupid shit with. That's the money that you party with when you're young. That's the money that you spend on whatever it is, alcohol, drugs, whatever crap it might be. That's where the black money goes. That is also where your downfall is, because suddenly you're addicted to alcohol, to drugs, something. And then all your hard work goes up in smoke, because you are using this money because it doesn't really have any value for it. Black money has less value than white money, in my opinion. Things that you have worked hard for and you have paid your taxes, and you can go and you can buy a house anywhere in the world for $1 million cash, is an amazing feeling because everything is going to go smoothly. You can transfer that money from anywhere in the world to wherever you want to go and retire or spend or invest, and the money is there. As soon as you start hiding it, you have to start in questionable gray zones, and you might be very wealthy because you have money hidden everywhere, but you can't actually spend it on what matters. You can't go and buy a house. You can't go and buy things that are important for you, because as soon as you start spending more money than you can prove that you have an income, the taxman comes, and then he doesn't like you at all. If you've been given the taxman money your whole working life, he loves you. He's not going to come around because he knows you're giving him money already. So I think one of the life lessons I've learned, and one of the most important things, is to plan ahead. Never be scared of taxes. Stay with the taxman and just keep on bundling down and working really hard. There are lots of people out there teaching you about how to become a millionaire, and there are loads of people out there who will look after your money. Now, I've seen loads of programs, documentaries, and you're just going to have to find one that works for you. Now, my plan on keeping my money is quite simple. The money I have is being put away in banks and in some very boring stuff, which I hate. And the money that I'm going to be spending from now on is money that I'm going to be making. It's not coming from anything. I've got some crazy ideas in my head, which will probably come up in some later videos and will probably be good news for someone. But the reality is, pay your taxes, work hard, and save. And when you have your money, put it away, keep it safe, but be tax smart. If you're tax smart, you will always be able to move around freely. And I think the most important thing when you get to, you made your first million, your second million, your first 10 million, your first 100 million, wherever you want to go in life when it comes to money, is freedom. The clue to all of this is freedom. No hassle, no stress, and you can move around and you can do what you want. If you want a large family, you can have a large family, but you need to pay schools, educations, depending on what country you live in. You can't do that with black money. You want to travel, you want to move, you want to buy things in another place. The money has to be white for you to be able to invest in a property, a family home, a holiday home, a yacht, whatever your inspiration, whatever you want. It's an airplane, if it's education, whatever it is, this money has to be legal, clean, and made. And that is what's going to happen. Lots of countries are fading out cash. Yes, there are bitcoins and there are cryptos and there are all sorts of other things available today. But governments need money, and they're always going to be out to get a hold of you. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, all governments need money. We're a growing population on the planet, and it's not a bad thing to pay taxes because you're helping other people as well. It's a form of charity. Okay, a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this. Yes, it is a form of charity in the sense that not every country in the world, but I live in Europe, and a lot of the European countries, they have a lot of benefits. And the politicians and the people that run the countries are pretty fair. They don't take the money and steal it. And I know there are a lot of countries in the world where that, of course, isn't the case, and a lot of the politicians steal the money. But the more money that starts funneling in through countries and the taxes get paid, the better it is for people around. So, you know, it's crazy to think of paying your taxes as charity, but there are people benefiting that are worse off. Now, a lot of people have said to me, but I don't want to pay taxes because my country, they give benefits to the people that don't want to work. Well, yeah, there are, of course, people like that, but there are some people that need the benefits who can't work because of their situation. I think it's important to remember that giving back to society. Society is giving you help. Society is the one buying your products, buying your information, giving you your wealth. Giving a little bit back is not bad. And it's also very important to try and get help. Never go to the first people. You find the people that you want. Try and find the track records. When you have your money, be careful, especially with friends, even family, I'm sorry to say. You have to be very careful. The less people know about your financials, the easier it is for you to keep that money safe. So I'm leaving you with this time. Just remember to be smart, use time, and don't give up.